Hi, I'm Dan Cleary, and I wanted to show you how I created one of my photographs from my Wright Brothers Then and Now series. This is called The Bike Shop. The black and white historic photograph was taken about 1897, and it was taken, I'm assuming, by Orville, because Wilbur is in the photograph. Orville was really interested in photography back then, and photography certainly was not an easy process at that point. They actually sold cameras in their bike shop. This is an image that I got from the Library of Congress. You can see I've got 20 Photoshop layers. And in working with this, one of the things I wanted the image to do, I wanted it to look as if Wilbur was standing on the modern floor. They were using, at the time, state-of-the-art mechanical equipment to build their bicycles. And they took that knowledge on how to build bicycles and they converted it over on how to build airplanes. So these were all the tools that they used in the next couple of years, very shortly, in building airplanes. So as you see, we can start unselecting a lot of these layers, and you'll see what I'm doing here. So again, we start with a color photograph. I kind of desaturated it a little bit. I did warm this image up a little bit. I like the warm tone. And then we have to start building things back. You might notice that in the foreground of my photograph is a drill press, and that black and white photograph right here. So the actual machinery is in both places. So now we have to start kind of working on things and turning things off and turning things on. In this case, I left the background, but then I had to layer things on top of it. So one thing I always start with is when I have a black border, I include that black border as its own separate layer to give me that part of it. But then in this case, I have to start layering back all the elements that I wanted to put back into the image to kind of to integrate the two items, put the floor back, put some of the bicycle parts back, etc., etc. So it can be very complicated. A lot of times I work on taking things away, but in this case, it was more of leaving the historic photograph alone, but then layering a lot of modern elements back on top of the historic photograph. Again, trying to find the composition where the type that I want to include in the photograph works with the photograph and compositionally. So that is what I was thinking about and how I created this photograph, The Bike Shop, the first in the series of the Wright Brothers Then and Now.